middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys. And
he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 64 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down.
There he goes, left side. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Orleans Saints. Rookie of the year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tljsr2live. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought, was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
He's going to air this out for Baldwin, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tljsr2live, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then against with the Eagles.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Bennett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down. I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Bortles going to go on 4th down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, the 30, 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out come the Jags. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments or...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Jackson. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On second down, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. A swing pass caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle. And it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. Being chased out left. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Bortles. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On second down, here's Bortles. Flush to his right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. This is caught by Robinson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing is Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A handoff to Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Wilson, forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit.
Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 62 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And now it's 3rd down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. Throw left side complete. It's Robinson. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Mike Bennett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He's going to wind up and air it out. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin, 41 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Here's Wilson. Incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cliff Averill. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now Bortles throwing on second down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Bortles to throw. Airing it out for Hearns. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Myles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for a loss of 5. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So the D-line's going to spread out. After the interception, here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected for the second week in a row?
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who have had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Fournette. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll toss it to Fournette. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying.
And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Davis now. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play.